Good afternoon, Mr. Violet.
Hey Ken, how are you?
You know, 2 weeks in a row, this is,
Yeah,
and thanks to you for saying, hey, are we doing a podcast? And yeah, yes, we are.
I am, as you said and have said many times to me, I am here to serve and I am here to remind. And so here we are, doing one weekly now. That's what we're going to do
And
because I'm now,
we got nice responses, I must
yeah,
say.
yeah, very, very nice. In fact, I heard from a mutual friend of ours, Patty Gallant,
Yeah.
the mom of Evan Gallant, the late great Evan Gallant, and she said, "I miss you guys. Enjoyed it. Ken sounded half sane, and just to let you know, Evan listened to you guys every day." And I thought
That is very cool.
that was very nice.
And
Also, I heard from News Center Maine meteorologist Ryan Breton, who is a friend of mine, and he said he watched and absolutely loved it. So
how nice of him. Of course, I'm
yeah.
not doing political brew anymore.
Yeah, and we talked about that, and I won't relay what he said, but I said it sucks. Is
Yeah.
that okay? Can I
That
say
that's
that
fine. Listen,
here?
better and bigger things moving on, and that's the way it goes. But Todd Gepner, by the way, plays pickleball, and
Oh, really?
he's very good.
Well, he's young.
Well, not all young people are good at pickleball, and
No, but
not
he's got young legs.
yeah, he does. But he's a very good pickleball player. Nicest guy too.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you that the people who work at that station are very nice. I'm not sure the management is quite as nice, but that's a story for another day. Of course, the management at WGAN, except for Kerry Pahigian, and I wouldn't consider them particularly nice.
No, for those of you, we're talking inside baseball here. Kerry Pahigian hired Ken, and then later he hired me. And in between that, he hired our former fearless leader, Jeff Wade, and then stole him away from us. How about that? Huh?
Kerry was a
Stole him
wonder
away
kid
from
too.
us.
He was a wonder kid in his youth too, man. He was
And
a fight.
yeah, and Kerry's now doing in Florida. I think either in Fort Myers or Cape Coral, and he's working for the Salem News Network now.
Great voice, the great radio voice, like somebody else I know. Are you in the Hall of Fame yet, by the way?
No, no.
I got to remember to put your name in. I did
Yeah,
one year.
and the process is really easy. All you have to do is go to the MAB website. There's actually a form to fill out, so please do. Apparently, I think I am up for consideration, ironically, for the Maine Basketball Hall of Fame.
Wow. I didn't know
Yeah,
you played basketball.
not for my playing
That was a
ability.
joke. That was a joke.
Okay.
That was a joke.
You funny
Uh,
guy.
Chuck Ido's in the Hall of Fame, isn't he?
Chuck is in, and he should be. I,
I saw Chuck on Easter.
I saw
And did you see the picture of us with the bunny?
you
Yeah.
and the Easter Bunny. That is
I
precious.
love Chuck. Chuck's a great guy. All right, so let's get right into it. What first topic would you like to see?
Well, I want to start with the Bobby Charles topic. Charles is apparently the front runner for the Republican nomination for the governor's race here in the state of Maine. And I don't have any prejudging prejudice of Bobby Charles at all. I actually don't know who I'm going to vote for in the primary, but Charles yesterday turned into for lack of a better way to put it, a pissy little bitch,
Yeah.
because he's been criticized here lately for not appearing in any of the debates that have been going on. So he goes on Facebook after the debates and he says, "Statement from Bobby Charles on tonight's debate," and he mentioned all the candidates, and then he goes, the reality is simple. I'm the outsider in this race and I'm winning. That makes the insiders nervous. He goes down every candidate and pisses all over their shoes all the
Yeah.
way down. I mean,
Yeah.
all he Bush, Mason, Midgley, the whole shooting match. He went after everybody. And remember, I thought, what is up with this guy? He's the alleged front runner.
Yeah.
Why would you feel the urge to go and hammer everybody in the race? I don't understand why he's
I don't
not.
think that gets you. I don't think it gets you votes in a primary.
I don't know why he's avoiding debate, because Matt Gagnon told me this morning, or Matt Gagnon, let's pronounce Matt's name right. When I grew up in Waterville, it was Gagnon or Gagnon. But anyway, um, Matt said that the Maine Policy Institute had a debate in Bangor. Charles took part in it. He said that Charles clearly won the debate. So he's
Wow.
a good debater.
Wow.
Matt knows what
So
he's
why
thinking
did
about.
Matt tell you why he thought he wasn't participating in
No,
the?
I think he agreed with me. He didn't say it, but I think we were on the same page that he's kind of being a tool for not being in the debates, but even more of a tool for, going after everybody. After remember Ronald Reagan's 11th commandment, "Thou
Yeah,
shalt not criticize your fellow Republicans."
yeah.
And I think it's fair in a debate forum to disagree on
Challenge.
policy
Sure, sure.
and all that. I just don't see the need for that. And why? And if you're the alleged front runner and the best candidate in a race, why you'd want to
Yeah.
do that? Now, Ray Richardson, our former competitor over across town at WLOB, had a
And
post
our
the other
friend,
day.
he's a friend.
Absolutely, absolutely. When I got fired, he called me right up and said, "Hey, you can come over on my show anymore if
Yeah,
you want to."
that would have been a great show, by the way.
I did take him up on that, but he came out and said last week that under no circumstances would he vote for Bobby Charles.
Did he say why?
I doesn't like Bobby Charles apparently, and
Well,
I
I
would
don't know
have,
if I could vote for somebody whose name is Bobby who goes by. I'm not sure I could do that.
yeah, whatever. We
I
can
know that
quibble with it,
sounds stupid, but you can't be
but
a governor and be called
wouldn't be
Bobby.
the first time you've been stupid, so that's fine.
I didn't like Jimmy Carter being called Jimmy. President should not be Jimmy.
How about my friend Billy Bob Falkingham in the
Well,
Maine House,
that's
whose
but
whose
I
name
like
is William Robert, by the way.
I like that name though. I like that.
How can you dislike Billy Bob? Plus, he's a lobsterman.
Yeah.
So Ray came out and said, "I won't vote for Bobby Charles under any circumstances." He said
Wow.
that on Facebook. I came out and said, "Ray, what are you doing?
Right.
You'd have to vote for whomever is the Republican nominee over any of those crazies."
Well, you know what? I would not vote for Troy Jackson. I'd probably vote for Rick Bennett if Troy Jackson was the Democratic nominee because I've heard so many bad things about him
Oh
from
man, he is as crooked as the day is long.
so
Unbelievable.
I wouldn't vote for him. So I'm not sure. I, I don't know who. Listen, I'm not voting in the primary. I wasn't going to vote in the Senate primary.
All right, Tim Sample came up this morning and cut a TV spot for Shanna Bellows. He's in the Shanna Bellows campaign. So,
All right, I got to tell you something about Shannon Bellows. That's the worst ad. The jump in
uh,
Casco Bay. I looked at that. I
what,
said, "That's the best you can come up with."
what was that? A bunch of 13-year-old TikTokers who came with that up with that? Come
You
on.
let me get this right, Shannon. You think I'm going to vote for you because you told Donald Trump's administration to go jump in Casco Bay? I'm not even sure that
I
was
think it was the Gulf of Maine.
Gulf of Maine. I mean, I liked how Janet Mills handled Donald Trump at the meeting. I thought that was kind of low key and stuff. But Shannon Bellows, I, I could, I was, it's like, look, I like
She's
Shannon personally.
she's extremely immature,
Yeah, yeah.
and it shows in the campaign.
I don't like Shaw because he's not a look. I don't have to vote for somebody. I mean, I'm not from Maine either, but I've been in Maine much longer
You've
than
been
you.
Maine 40 years, Ken. Plus, you didn't vote in Georgia in the last election.
Yeah,
So,
I have trouble with him.
plus, you didn't lie to us about COVID.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I
So
won't.
so we got Platner and Collins now with Janet Mills out of the way, and that's starting to get a little nastier because Collins' claws have come out a little bit.
She
Platner,
have to. She
I
has to.
call him I have a new nickname for him. Do you want me to tell you what it is?
Okay.
Nazi tits. Nazi tits,
I'm
because
gonna,
all
but here's what I'm going to tell you, Mike. This is what I'm going to tell you. It's very hard for anybody who supports Donald Trump to criticize any other human being for anything in their character.
oh, come on.
No, I'm sorry. You cannot.
Look, do I think Trump is filled with character? No. Do I think Graham Platner is filled with character?
I agree.
No.
Neither one of them have character. But how do you criticize his character and say he's not fit for office because of that character when Donald Trump's been
I
elected?
didn't say he's not fit for anything. I just said I think he's a Nazi titzer. That's
See,
all.
I believe character is important, and I don't think he's fit to be
You
a.
voted for Bill Clinton, for Christ's sake, and so did I.
Well, yeah, but we didn't know about. We
We
didn't.
knew about it the second time when we voted in 90. When
Yeah,
was that?
that's true. That's true.
All
That's,
right, so let's
and
go
by the
to
way, you and I both agreed that Bill Clinton should have resigned the presidency.
yes,
I
yes,
still think that.
yes. All right, so Platner Collins is going to be a Donnybrook, a brouhaha. They're going to go at it big time. So Susan Collins came out yesterday with this bombshell announcement that she has benign essential tremor.
Whoa, whoa,
Oh,
whoa, 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 wait. You're telling me that Susan Collins has tremors?
she shakes.
No,
Yes.
I never noticed that.
And Senator Collins and any of her staff members who are friends of mine who are what I adore Susan Collins. She is a wonderful, lovely human being. I will vote for her. Susan and I are back because I let go of her after the Jackson vote. But anyway, we've obviously all known that
Yeah,
there's been something going on, and
yeah.
I doubt she just got diagnosed. I'm sure she's known about this for a while. I don't know why she chose to come out and make it 100%
Maybe
clear.
she thought it was going to be an issue, and I don't know who'd make it
All
an.
right, so to that end, and Senator Collins, by the way, has never missed a vote on the Senate floor. All right, you can disagree with the votes, and many have, some of them right here on this podcast. You can disagree with it. She's never missed one. Meantime, riddle me this, Batman. How how can Graham Platner be 100% disabled and be a candidate for the United States Senate? I thought if you were
Because
100% disabled, you couldn't do anything.
well, no, that's physical disability. I don't know why he's 100% disabled. Probably post-traumatic stress, which most
Yeah,
military people
it,
have.
it, it is. So the United States government, and I commend Mr. Platner for his service. The United States government pays him $5,000 a month for total disability. He gets, what's that, $60,000? Is that, yeah, $60,000 a year?
Listen, I wanted Dan Clement to run for the Senate, and had he not been so differential to Janet Mills, he would have gotten the race earlier, which he
Oh, is
did.
this a beer guy from Freeport?
Yeah, main
Oh,
beer.
okay.
And Janet screwed over the Democratic Party royally because she waited too long to get in, and she got in as if, well, I have nothing better to do with my life. I guess I'll do this. I mean, and so Platner's going to be the nominee. Um, Look, the problem with the Senate race is, and I like Susan. I like Susan personally. I think she's great. I think she votes against Trump when it doesn't matter. But here's the thing: the Senate is all about judicial nominees. That's what it's all about. And because all the Bernie bros in 2016 was so pissed off at Hillary that they decided to stay home and not vote, we got three conservative justices appointed, which makes conservatives happy, and I don't blame you for being happy about it.
Mhm.
Makes liberals unhappy, and that's what it's all about. And so I vote Democratic in the Senate, no matter who it is, for the most part, because I don't want any more conservative judges appointed. Simple as that.
So you're going to vote for Platner. Ken Altshuler making the bombshell announcement right here and now.
No, I haven't
He is
said
going
that.
to vote for Graham Platner for
I haven't
U.S.
said
Senate.
that yet. There's a third candidate I could vote for.
Is that David Costello?
Yeah, I could. Well, who's Wood? What's Wood running for? Is it
Second, second,
second
because
district? Second
yeah,
district.
he's the guy who's gay, isn't he? Gay? Not that there's
How
anything wrong with that.
how would I? My father's gay. How would I
I
know
know
that?
my father was too.
How would I know that?
He's the one who's gay, who I have jumped all over on Facebook for using his baby as a campaign prop. This guy hauls his baby out all the time. He and uses it as a prop
I don't
because
mean
he's
that.
gay.
Don't take this. Don't be offended by this. But can a gay man win in the second district?
I know when
I
you're
would
going
not
up against
think so.
Paula Page.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I still think Paula Page is going to run away with it. I think he would run away with it with Jared, to be honest with you.
I don't know about that, but
I don't know people. Jared made a lot of people unhappy.
I know, and he really shouldn't have because
Right,
he was
exactly.
kind of right down the middle.
He voted his conscience.
I
Oh,
think I think
what a
his
concept that is.
yeah, I think he was very much like his former boss, Susan Collins.
Yeah. He is
You
much more
know,
of an independent. I mean, he really was. And that's the part of the two-party system. There are no two parties in this country. There's more than two parties in this country, but they have a monopoly. I mean, you realize that they are a private entity that we pay to run primaries, and they can exclude people from I mean, it's a horrible system. This
yeah.
system is horrible. All right. Next
So
topic. What's the next topic? Yeah.
so by day when he's not podcasting, Ken Altshuler, of course, is the most famous high-priced divorce lawyer north of Boston. And I can speak from experience because I paid you a ransom, a
You
king's ransom to get me divorced.
charge you a lot of money. They charge you a lot of money.
So I ask you again, are you licensed in Massachusetts?
I'm not, but I'd love to. I'd go. I could go practice down in
All
Massachusetts.
right. So a new chapter to the Mike Vrabel, Diana Russini saga, because TMZ Sports has learned, and they've got the receipts literally to prove it, that these two, get a load of this,
Yeah.
have or did rent a private boat together for a day on the water, just the two of them. They booked this boat in Putnam County, Tennessee. So obviously a lake or a river, probably a lake, according to a source with direct knowledge. When he was coaching the Tennessee Titans, it was a 2 to 3 hour rental. You got to watch those 3 hour tours on the water. You know what I'm saying, Ken?
Yeah, I
But
do.
here's the thing. Here's the thing.
You didn't call me little
Rossini
buddy
was
when you said that, by the way.
what?
You didn't call me little buddy,
A
Skipper.
little buddy. That's right. If we did a remake of Gilligan's Island, the roles would be obvious, right?
Absolutely,
I'd
absolutely,
hit you with my hat right now if I had one.
absolutely.
So here's the deal. Rossini was 7 months pregnant at the time. Now, the question is it Vrabel's baby that she was carrying? And we're going to find out because there have been DNA tests ordered. So, all right, I don't know about you, but I don't care if you're the horniest 45-year-old man going, and Diana Russini is a very attractive woman. At seven, I guess if it's your baby, at 7 months, you can get busy if you want to. But that just seems really kind of odd, doesn't it?
I think
Aside from the fact that these two were dumber than a box of rocks and absolutely did nothing to hide what they were doing.
it is just a mystery
It's
to me.
astonishing.
I understand that it's difficult for some people to be faithful and monogamous. I think that I think our society, maybe expecting monogamy in our society is unrealistic with a divorce rate well in excess of 50%. But what are you thinking? First of all, I mean, and to be very sexist, I get Mike Vrabel, but this woman, she's pregnant. She's kind of a newlywed. She has not wasn't married long,
Right, right.
and she's. What are you thinking? Publicly, what do you? I mean, it's unless they have an open marriage. I used to tell you, if you remember when I had a bookstore, I had a book called Open Marriage, and I kept it right next to the book called Creative Divorce because they go hand in hand.
That
You
is
know,
wonderful marketing. You were ahead of your time then, Ken.
but it's just what do people think is going to happen? What you're Mike Vrabel, you're a reporter on her side. You think people are not going to recognize you and know who you are, and
Right. You're
are
Mike
not
Vrabel and you're 6'5" and 250 pounds, and you're just a large, noticeable man. Diana Rossini at that time was with ESPN, and beneath Adam Schefter, she was the number one insider on the network. She was on TV all the time.
nobody is going to notice. None of the crew or nobody on the docks are going to recognize you and see you. It's like when they were in this resort in what was the resort, Arizona.
Sedona, Arizona.
What?
A
Nobody's
couple's,
going to recognize you in the pool holding hands. That's not
yeah,
going to happen.
yeah,
What,
couples only or adults only or whatever.
what are you
Just
thinking? I mean,
go to Montana to the mountains and rent a cabin.
people are just so stupid. I
I
don't.
mean,
I'm. But you know what? God bless them because if it wasn't for them,
right?
I would not have a job.
Yep, you're in play. I mean, you
And I
you
made a
did.
fortune on your divorce.
Yep, you did, and not. I mean, you got Kirstie Alley and Parker Stevenson divorced. You didn't make as much off them than you did me, but
No,
you
they're
know,
not quite as famous as you are.
Kirstie had quite. God, we miss Kirstie Alley. Let me
She's
say that she
very.
she
She was. I
she's
love
a miss. All right, now was Kirstie Alley in Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Trek.
All right. So today's May, as we do this podcast, it's May 7th.
Yeah,
But it
but
was May 4th the other
did you
day.
celebrate May 4th? May the 4th be with you. You know, Mike, you are the. I don't think I know anybody outside of you who has never seen a Star Wars movie.
Car Wash is better than Star Wars.
Have you seen Star Trek at least? Did you see any Star
Well,
Trek?
I saw Star Trek on television when it was on. when it first came when it first came in syndication, not its
Not the
initial
movies. You
run,
didn't see the movies?
because I was too young. I had no interest in seeing the movies. Was Kirk in the movies? He was, right?
Of
Was
course he was. Of course.
William Shatner still with us, by the way?
Do you ever watch the Big Bang Theory, the TV show?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So the guy so Will Riker, no, not Will Riker. What was the kid's name?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Will, I know. I can see him right
He
now.
is hilarious in
Yeah, I
that
know.
show.
Yeah.
And there's a great
Will
episode.
Wheaton. Will Wheaton.
There's a great series when they go see one of the Star Wars movies that just came out. And he comes in as a Star Trek thing, and everybody boos him because, of course, you're not supposed to like Star Trek and Star Wars. You're supposed to pick
Right.
one
That's
or the
verbose.
other. And he
Yeah.
just relished in the fact that he was getting booed. It was hilarious.
Yeah, and I sent you this thing the other day of some Star Wars convention where Conan O'Brien sent Triumph the Insult Comic Dog to interview all of these Star Wars geeks,
Yeah.
or was it Star Wars? And the
Yeah.
interviews were coffee spit funny. I mean,
Yeah.
it was
Conan O'Brien is hilarious. Now, you know that the flag I put on Facebook, that flag that I'm flying outside my house that I post on May 4th is the Rebel Alliance flag. Did you
mhm.
know that?
No,
You you did not know that I'm a member of Star Wars Rebel Alliance? You didn't know that?
no. What does that mean? Do you get like a compass, a watch? What do you get?
Now, for a while, I was flying the American flag upside down because,
Yeah, you're in protest, which was dumb.
I didn't think it was dumb. I think it was a sign of that
Christ's
we
sake,
are.
get out of here with
But
that.
I decided to join the Rebel Alliance against the present administration. So that's why I fly the Rebel Alliance.
Boy, Secret Service is going to be at your door anytime now.
Well, I didn't post anything that said 8647, right? So, I mean, I don't want to be charged with, threatening the president.
No, you
No.
don't. There's enough people who
That,
are
what do you
willing
think
to
of that,
step
Biden?
up and do that.
What do you think about Comey being charged with that?
I think he's a dumbass. That's what
That's
I
not the
think.
question. What do you think about getting charged with that picture?
Sure, I'm fine with it.
You know how many people have Biden 8646 t-shirts?
I'll bet it's not as many as 8647.
Well, it's
We
stupid. And
we here on the right side, during in the time that you and I have known each other,
yeah,
um, well, Bill Clinton was president for a month or so, and then George W. Bush won, and I didn't see you threaten him during those 8 years. Then Obama wins, and I couldn't stand Obama or his policies, but I don't recall any stuff going on like this. And then all of a sudden, Trump comes along in 16, and just you and your cronies over there start just losing your shit
oh,
over it. You can't
there's a
handle it.
lot of conservatives who made
He's a Nazi.
who
He's a
wanted Obama.
fascist. He's
I
the
heard that about Obama. I heard
yeah.
that from conservatives about Obama. Obama got a lot of shit thrown at him. I don't think any of
Well,
it.
he never got a bullet thrown at him.
Well, I don't believe the first assassination attempt, as you know. The second one I'll accept, but not the first one. That's complete bullshit. It didn't happen. It was brilliant. It was brilliant on Trump's because that just sealed the election. Complete.
Hey, we lost Ted Turner the other day.
Oh
The
yeah,
Talk about a life. Ted Turner, obviously the creator, the founder of CNN, the owner of the Atlanta Braves, Superstation TBS, which turned the Braves into America's team. The
yeah.
vision that that man had
Amazing,
was
amazing.
incredible. He was Jane Fonda, who I can't stand and who I still hate, but those two were married, believe it or not.
Power
And she
couple.
posted a beautiful tribute to him the other day, called him a handsome, swashbuckling pirate or something like that. And
Yeah, I
I,
can see that.
with the way she felt about why'd they end up getting divorced. Apparently, he traveled too much for her. She wanted to settle down some, but he had a hell of a life. And I guess snagging Jane Fonda not a bad thing from a looks perspective, but the impact he had on American media, creating now CNN became the news empire. Of course, your
Absolutely.
daughter once worked for
Yeah,
that network, and it became the place to go back in 1980. I can remember when it was created. Do you? It was like 24-hour
yeah,
news. What
yeah.
in the hell are they going to do?
He was a
Well,
pioneer. He was just a pioneer. That's the word.
yeah, I mean, the vision that he showed,
Yeah,
and then of course it grew and blew up, and he made Atlanta. Seriously, he made Atlanta
That's the
what
thing.
it is, which is just
Well, Coca-Cola had something to do with that.
yeah, Coke and it, but CNN being there, the Braves
Absolutely.
becoming what,
Absolutely.
and then he's of course a sailor. He
Yeah.
he wins the America's Cup in 19, Captain Courageous. He
Guy's
was
amazing. The guy's amazing.
yeah.
Amazing life, and he deserves all the accolades that people are giving him. Absolutely.
Yeah, you talk about a man's man. I mean, he was a man's man. And
Yeah.
one more thing before I go, as gas approaches $5 a gallon, Jesus, I don't even know. Has there been a 180 on Iran since we started this podcast yet?
Iran's not going anywhere. Iran is. This is what's so great. Iran is exactly how Donald Trump describes himself as a negotiator. Iran is brilliant in negotiations. They just know, they just stall, they just ignore, they just say, oh, yeah, yeah, we'll get around to it. I'm telling you, this war is not, this war is militarily, this war was perfect. The problem is, this wasn't a military expedition. And we have taught Iran that they now own the Straits of Hormuz. That's what they didn't know that. They didn't realize that the power they had. And now they do. And now we are fucked. And that's a legal term, by the way.
Yeah.
So
just
it's
just
not
like
going
shitload is an official term of measurement.
right. So that's going to keep going. And by the way, he's violating the War Act. I don't care. Yeah, well, a ceasefire stays that. That's I mean, you've got a blockade. What do you mean it stays it? I mean, but you know what? Congress is not going to do anything. So it doesn't really matter what Donald Trump does because Congress does not, we do not have three arms of the government any longer. We have two. We're the exact very powerful executive, and we have a less powerful but powerful Supreme Court. The legislature does not exist, and it's so partisan for the next 20 to 30 years, they're going to be completely impotent. Absolutely.
I don't like it. It's not what I voted for Trump for. I wanted to stay
I'm
out
with
of
you.
other countries unless there was
He
a real
promised to
legitimate.
do it. That was his campaign.
Yeah,
Joe Biden will cause us to invade Iran and cause third World War III. That's what he said.
yeah.
So, all right, my friend, listen, great seeing you again.
You too.
Doing a podcast with you again. And next week we will start doing it all over again.
Darn right we will.
All right, you take care, my friend.
All right, Ken.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.